Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, we are back once again with another fun-filled, action-packed flip geometry classroom with your host. That's me, Coach Goo. Still a little sick here, but you know what always cheers me up in general? Just some vocabulary. So let's just do a bunch of vocabulary today to cheer me up, huh? Everyone's favorite vocabulary. We're starting a new unit, Unit 11, and Unit 11 is all about the most perfect shape there is, the circle. And there's a lot of vocabulary that we need, to go over to make sure, whoa, what's this picture? Oh, spoilers, these are spoilers, to make sure that we understand what's going on. So I am going to, draw the picture, label it for you, but then I'm just gonna read it out, the terms, the definition, and the notation. Alrighty, so here we go. First of all, the first vocabulary term we're gonna have is circle. So write that down, circle, bam. A circle, the technical definition, is a set of points equidistant from the center. Check out this protractor. See how there's a center of this protractor? Now watch as I draw this circle. Watch as I draw the circle. Look at that. Every single point that I'm drawing, that line, every single point on that line is the same distance away from the center of this protractor. And that is what a circle is. All right, now we're going to note the notation for a circle. For example, if here's a circle, right? Bam, there's a circle. Look, you see the center? And I have a C right here. That would be called circle C. So make sure you have all those things written down in those first 3 boxes because I've just gone over the first term, circle. All right, next up. Get that out of my face. Next up, we're going to have the radius. The radius. So let's pick a different color. Radius, spell it like this. And the radius is the distance from the center to a point on the circle. So if I wanted to draw a radius, it would look like this. It's going to be from the center to any place on this circle. So right here, boom, that's the center, to bam, to a point on the circle. All right? So that's the radius. And we would denote, our radius notation, for example, if this is C, the center, and P is over here on the very side, then we would call this radius CP, like this, just like a line segment, back in the good old days. All right, next up on the docket, we're going to have the diameter. So a diameter is much like a radius, except the diameter is the distance across a circle through the center. So it's going to go from one side of the circle all the way to the other side of the circle, and it has to go through the center. Watch this, like this. Look, you see how I'm cutting through the center? From one side all the way to the other side. Whoa, cross country. Diameter. That's a diameter. And just like with a circle, for example, if I had like this, A, C, B, my diameter here would be notated AB because we're going all the way across. Diameter AB. Just like that. Okay, after the diameter, here's a new one. I don't know if you've heard this one when it comes to circles, but we've got a chord. Chord. And a chord is a segment whose endpoints are points on the circle. So you want to see a chord? Look, I can pick any 2 points on this circle. Boom, right here. Boom, right there. You see those 2 points on the circle? And then I just connect them. Look. Bam. That is a chord. Doesn't have to go through the middle. As long as the 2 endpoints are on the circle, that is a chord. And I would label it much the same. If this was AB, then I would label it AB. Just like that. Next up, oh, that's not where it is on your paper. Whoops, sorry. Hang on a second. All right, next up we've got, oh, check out this word. This is a very cool word. It's called secant. Secant. And a secant is a line that intersects a circle in 2 points. It's a line that intersects a circle in 2 points. So, look, I'm going to pick 2 points on this circle. Ready? Right here, bam, and right here. And then it's a line that intersects these 2 points. That intersects the circle at these 2 points. So, watch. I'm going to draw a line, boom, through the circle. So what's the difference between a secant and a chord? The secant goes through the circle and just keeps going on forever because remember, it's a line. And so if this is A over here and this is B, we'd have to write AB, but with the line symbol above it because it is a line. It goes on forever. That is a secant. All right, next we've got, oh, check this one out. I know everyone loves this after they heard it in trigonometry. Tangent. Tangent. So a tangent, when we're talking about circles, the definition is a line that intersects the circle in exactly 1 point. In exactly 1 point. So watch this. I'm going to pick a point right here. Bam. I'm going to pick that point. And remember, a tangent is a line that intersects a circle at this point. So it'd be like this. Boom. And that's a line. So it goes on forever. All right, and how would I label a tangent? They'd have to give you another point on the tangent. So like they'd tell you this point right here. So this is AB. Then my tangent, it's a line. Remember, so I'm going to draw the line symbol, and it'd be AB, just like that. All right, so that's the difference between tangent and secant. Tangent only intersects at 1 point. Secant at 2 points. And then finally, we've got the point. Oh, well, that's not the eraser. Finally, we've got the point of tangency. Now, we found the tangent, right? What do you think the point of tangency would be? The point of tangency is the point at which the tangent line intersects the circle. So where would that be right here? It'd be this, point A. You see how this point is where the tangent is intersecting the circle? Is at that 1 point, remember? That is the point of tangency. And we would just call that, point A for notation. Point A. All right, and that concludes the first part of our vocabulary. And now on to the next part. Check this out. The first one we're going to have is called the central angle. The central angle. And the definition of a central angle is an angle whose vertex is at the center of the circle. Now look at this picture right here. You see this angle, right? That's a picture of an angle, and the vertex, the corner, the sharp point on this angle is at the center of the circle. All right? You see? Right here. Boom. See, this is the angle, bam. And you can see it's created at the center of the circle. And the notation for this, now you see these 3 letters, W, R, and S. This is very important. In order to notate the angle, it's angle W, R, S. Or you could be going the other way, angle S, R, W. But R has to be in the middle because that's the middle point. All right, that is the central angle. Next up, we are going to have the minor arc. Wow, minor arc. What is that? The minor arc is an arc that is less than half of the circle and is named with 2 letters. 2 letters. So an arc is pretty much something like this, right? That's an arc, okay? Or like this, And a minor arc is less than half the circle. So let me show you an example. Bust out the protractor, boom. Watch this, from W to S, oh, you can't even, terrible color. W to S is a minor arc because that arc is less than half of the whole circle. You see that blue right there? That's less than half of the circle, so it is a minor arc. And how do we notate this? How do we denote this? We write arc, and then if you wanted to just show it in letter form, it'd be like this. That's the symbol for an arc, a little eyebrow. WS, arc WS. You see, because we're going from W to S. All right, I just showed you the minor arc, so now it's time to tell you about the major arc. If a minor arc is an arc that's less than half of the circle, what do you think a major arc is? A major arc is an arc that is more than half of the circle and is named with 3 letters. So let me stick some more letters onto this. Let me stick some more points onto the circle, but put a V over here. Whoa. A major arc, for example, would be, let me draw it up now. Let me pick a cool color, red. And then let me line this thing up. So a major arc, for example, has to be bigger than half the circle, more than half the circle. From V, whoa, all the way. I'm going to go all the way. It has to be more than half the circle, so I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to go all the way to S. Wow. That is a major arc, because I'm taking up more than half the circle. I'm outlining more than half the circle with that arc. And so it's major. And so how am I going to denote that? Look, remember, it's named with 3 letters. So if I wanted to label it, I'd write the symbol of an arc. And then I just pick one of the letters that's an endpoint. So for example, V. Then one of the letters between the 2 endpoints. So let's say U. And then I can pick S, because that's the endpoint. Or I could go in the other way. S. Then to U, to V. Wow. SUV. So that's how you label a major arc. All right, next is going to be wow, what is this color? Inscribed angle. Inscribed angle. An inscribed angle is an angle created by 2 chords whose vertex is on the circle. It's an angle created by 2 chords whose vertex is on the circle. VU, this is a chord, okay? Now there's another chord, UT, University of Texas, woo, hook 'em horn, okay. Bam. So that's 2 chords, right? And the vertex of these 2 chords, you see, because they kind of make a corner, bam, the vertex is on the circle at point U. So this right here, bam, that would be an inscribed circle. I mean, an inscribed angle. What the heck? An inscribed angle. So it's an angle created by 2 chords whose vertex is on the circle. Now, how would I label that? Remember, it's 3 letters. You put the angle, boom, one endpoint V, next U, next T, or I could write it the other direction, angle, T, U, V. All right, so that's how you notate the inscribed angle. All right, on to the last vocabulary word. Oh my goodness, so sad, man. Vocabulary is just so fun, but it's over already. Wah. All right, the last one will be a semicircle. Semicircle. And a semicircle is an arc that is exactly half of the circle. It's an arc that's exactly half the circle. And it can be named with 2 or 3 letters. So remember what an arc is. Watch this. Now I'm going to pick an arc that's exactly half the circle. So on my picture, starting from V, going over, whoa, all the way to U, and then stopping at T, because that's exactly half the circle. So from V to U to T. And how are you going to notate this? Remember, you can use either 2 or 3 letters, and it's an arc. So we got to use this symbol, bam. If I want to use 2 letters, it's got to be the endpoints. So it's going to have to be VT. Or it could be, what? TV. Ha, TV. I don't own one of those. Haha, yep. Not joking. All right, next. Or you could use 3 letters, right? So if I want to use 3 letters, I could do what? VUT, because it's endpoint to the middle point, to the other endpoint. Or I could go the other way, and I could say TUV. And that's how you notate a semicircle. And that brings us to the end of today's notes, the end of the vocabulary. So get this instilled in your brain, because we're going to be using these vocabulary words all unit. And if you don't understand them, it's going to be a real pain. So let's get these vocabulary words just printed into our brains. And until next time, see you on the next one. Peace.